So I was off to Bel Air for a 6-week leave. I left Stienfield there. So what I had a couple things I had to do in Bel Air. First, I had to like set up this bakery. King Phil would want me to set up the successful bakery in 6 weeks. And I said, King Phil, this is an awful short time to set up a successful bakery, but let me see what I can do. I know a couple of baker's men. I know the Muffin Man. I got in contact with him. And then I knew, of course, Bill Brick. He would make the building it was in. So of course I had a couple contacts. I brought him in. Meanwhile, Stienfield was reaching out, and I set up like this in an elaborate way so he could get the Doritos. He had to kick like this bouncy ball. He couldn't reach the Doritos, but he could reach, like, his foot could reach the bouncy ball, so you'd have to kick the bouncy ball off the wall and make it like come back so that it would hit the Doritos towards him. So he was doing that. He kept kicking it. I'm sure he kept like kicking it, and the ball would just like, if you kicked it too far, damn it. If you kicked it too far, like the ball would be gone. You couldn't ever get the Doritos, so you had to be careful like how you did it. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here. It was like the opening day. We find Bill Brick had built the building. Muffin Man had like a whole variety of muffins to set for the release of it. It was for the grand opening, and there's like a line around the block. I'm like, yes, I think we did it. Eh, son of a bitch game. Where? Oh yeah. So then we opened the store, and probably until closing that day, it was packed. So, you know, King Phil said, you know, you did a good job. I'm gonna send you back now. So I get back there. It's been like a month now, and I find that Stienfield is missing when I get there. He's gone. He broke out again. And I'm like, where is this man? So I give up for a bit. I go in, make a sandwich, turn on the TV, and what do I see on the news? I see that the whole island of Hawaii has been captured by a terrorist menace, Stienfield. And I'm like, what have I done? I've released this man unto the public, and now he's going to finally pursue his evil plan, which I knew he was trying to do all along. You see, so the whole island of Hawaii is actually being held hostage. And he has a giant atomic bomb, if you can believe that. He got this atomic bomb. And he's going to blow the whole thing up if anybody leaves Hawaii. And I don't know where he got this idea. It's just ridiculous, you know, to think that he would do such a thing. So I call him up. I'm like, I got his cell phone. I'm like, Stienfield, baby, why you gotta be such a dick? And he's like, you know what? When I was sitting here trying to get these Doritos with the ball, I realized that you bought me the wrong Doritos, and now I'm pissed. See, I had bought him the flavor blasted, this cheesy nacho. He hates that shit. He likes the ranch ones. He's like the one guy who likes the ranch Doritos. So I was like, baby, you know, I didn't mean it like that. And so he hangs up. That was the end of the conversation. And then I see in the news like the next night that he blew up a hospital. I'm like, oh fuck, man, that whole state's going to hell. So naturally, I get in the airplane. I start flying down to the Hawaii on a special private plane. And when I arrive there, I see that he has all the police. He trapped them all under the football stadium. You see? I see, that's pretty crazy. I didn't even think that he would trap them there. So I go up and I blow up like the underground sewers so that all the cops come out, and then they start fighting all of his henchmen because he's got like a million guys. And then I come up and it's like and then he's like, oh, so I see, Dunkey, that you've come to die with your city. And I'm like, no, I came here to stop you, Stienfield. And I start fighting him, and I take his head and like I punch his head off, and then his head like turns out he's like a robot the whole time. His head like rolls around and rolls back onto his head. He's like, my head is invincible. Oh, shit. Well, guys, I try my best. Thanks for watching. No, fuck, we'll beat it. We'll beat it. So where was it? Oh yeah, we were fighting. That music is playing like loud as hell on the boombox, and there's like an orchestra sitting around us while we're fighting. And I'm like, "Where's the trigger?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't even know there was. I don't even have a trigger. What are you talking about?" And then I kick him. I kick his legs off, his robo legs. But then it turns out that his robo legs turn double as missiles, so they come back and they blow me up in the back, and I'm like, "Fuck!" And I fucking get knocked off into like a goddamn into outer space, and he blows me up onto the moon. Then I'm trapped on the moon. Keep in mind this all really happened. I'm stuck on the moon, and I can see from space that he blows up the entire state of Hawaii. He just nuclear launches. He blows the whole thing up, and I'm like, what have I done? I failed Hawaii. So on my moon phone, I call King Phil. I say, "King Phil, what's the damage? What's his next move, you think?" And King Phil's like, "Well, I gotta manage this bakery. I think I'm gonna need you to come back to the bakery, and we're gonna launch a new promotion where if you buy one muffin, you get one free." I'm like, "King Phil, I got more important business to attend to right now." And he wears me down, and he convinces me to come and do the bakery stuff. So I'm like, we work on this promotion where you get one muffin, you buy one, you get one free. And we do that for about 2 weeks. Business is looking good. So and then he convinces me to come on for another week. And probably halfway through, like on a Thursday, I see on the news that Stienfield has taken over Africa. And I'm like, okay, this is getting out of control. King Phil, I've got to go stop this man. But he says, last time you tried to stop him, what happened? You got mooned. You got fucking mooned. So I'm like, okay, this time though, I'm not gonna get mooned. Simple as that. So I get I have King Phil, have his scientists develop this new weapon for me called the freeze ray, alright? Now, I know Stienfield's weakness is freeze ray. And also, I bring a secret weapon that I'm not even gonna tell you guys about. That's how secret it is. And then I come there. He's like, "Oh, I see you've come here to die with your Africa city." And I'm like, "No, I've come here to stop you." I hit him with the freeze ray, and he's like, "I have anti-freeze ray shields on." Damn. But then I pull out my secret weapon. Right as he's about to stab my face off with his gun shoot, I pull out my secret weapon and Ranch Doritos. And he goes, how did you know my weakness? And I'm like, because I remember because I'm making this all up. I'm making the whole story up. It's all fake. And I throw one of the Ranch Doritos in his mouth, and he's like, it's just delicious. And then it's so delicious that he blows up and dies. But then I didn't even know that he had a nuclear reactor super mega ultra bomb in his head, and it starts going beep, beep, beep. I'm like, oh shit. So I gotta run out of there, and his is going beep, 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 and then the orchestra comes out, and I'm running out of there, and I jump through the fucking hula hoop into space, and I go